I do believe though that so from what I understand, I didn't watch the Kaido arc because I want to watch it all. So from what I understand, we got a really good thing with wait a sec. I like the bomb a lot. And we have the lover if things get Kiri. You see the black thing there? If you're wondering what the black thing is, it's my fucking leash, dude. It does constant damage. So we did see that the it's kinda complicated, bro. How can I explain it? So in a weird way, I believe that Rayleigh, the person who taught Luffy Aki's, I believe is in a fucked up world, I do believe that Rayleigh, Aki are stronger than Kaido, but I don't believe they're stronger than Shanks. And if they're not stronger than Shanks, they're probably on par with Shanks, right? So we saw in the Wano arc, we saw that Luffy conquers Aki is on par or a similar level to Kaido. In a perfect world, Shanks and Luffy will fight. I get it, right? Cause I gotta kind of. Oh my gosh, Lucio, you wanna hear the theory? This is by far my strangest theory. This is by far my strangest. Okay, so this is yo. Are you sitting down? Okay, cause trust me, bro, you wanna sit down, okay? Cause this is way crazy, and to be honest, I've been talking with a lot of people that watch One Piece, and this is probably my masterpiece. Right? Probably my masterpiece. Take the time to sit down, bro, because you're gonna need it. Holy Shield, thank you for that. Holy Shield is one of the strongest, so we're really happy about that. So what I think is, okay, so we know that Shanks had the Gummy Gummy fruit, right? There's a chance that Goldie Roger was the reincarnation of Joy Boy, just as Luffy is. Because you see they look similar, they're always being compared to one another. So I do believe the two of them are I do believe it's kind of like a, I don't know if have you watched Naruto? Because there's a in Naruto there's like a reincarnation of Indra and Sindra, which were the son of the Sixth Sage, the kind of so they're the grandkid of the person who created Chakra, and they were destined to fight. So what we have is a reincarnation arc, right? So what I think is that Goldie, by going to Laughing Tail, sorry, I think he knew a lot more than he let on, right? And I think that Goldie also had knowledge of the Void Century being the part of the history we forget. I do believe he had that power, that knowledge, and I do believe that he knew that he was gonna die soon, and that he knew the next generation was gonna take over, right? I think the problem with Goldie is I think he was wrong. I think that Goldie was sure that I'm a descendant of Joy Boy. I'm a descendant, so technically the next Joy Boy, the one who should inherit the Gum Gum spirits, should be my son Ace, because Goldie only had one son in his Ace. I think that he thought that automatically it's gonna be my son because I'm a reincarnation of Joy Boy. I think he might have a confirmation that he was, right? Or he strongly believed that he was. So I think that what he did was he told Shanks that, I want you to keep the Gummy Gummy fruit, so you can, when my son grow up, you can give it to him, right? And you can see that he was hanging around the island where Luffy was, because he believed that that's where we had Ace, we had Sabo. Sabo isn't really important in this part of the story, but still, I want to shout him out because he's one of my favorite characters. So what happened was Shank had the gummy fruit. Even there's a scene in the movie Red where Yuta, she's like, give me that fruit, Papa. You told me all your treasure is yours, and you can. Okay, so this is where the story gets interesting, right? I think that what a badass. I think that Shank is still very, very loyal to Roger. I think that even though Shanks has his this is kind of complicated, right? I think that, oh my fucking god, dude, this is so complicated. So I think that Shanks, I don't think he has a desire to become the king of pirates. I don't think he has. Like when he had the hat and when Sabo died, he was like, yo, okay. That's personally what I think. I think that he had the hat. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna keep the hat safe. I'll be able to give it as an ace. I think Shanks felt some love towards Luffy, and was like, okay, well, I cannot. I was supposed to keep this fruit for Ace, but Luffy as a dummy ate the fruit. So the least I can do is give the hat. And I think that Shanky, like I said, Shanky doesn't have a desire to have the One Piece, to be the captain of the big pirate. You just want to have a successor that's worthy of Goldie Roger, right? So I think that he's gonna have a fight with Luffy. It's not gonna be a fight to the death. It's not gonna be a fight to death. It's more gonna be like, oh, well, I gave you this hat all those years ago. I gave you that fruit all those years ago. Now it's time for you to prove it, right? So I think that Luffy, because Luffy technically hasn't lost a battle. He lost a battle against Kaido, but then he won. He lost some battle, but he always like be the person at the very end, right? So I do believe that Shanks is the only defeat that Goldie ever gonna get. And if you look at Goldie's story, Goldie had a couple of defeats. He had a defeat against Oden. He had a defeat against Garp, you know. And that's what I think. I think that they want to do that for the story of Luffy. Shanks is gonna be his only defeat, and I think at the very end, very end. Well, that's what I want. That's what I would like, right? Everybody reached Laughing Tail. So I'm thinking, when I say everybody, I'm thinking of Shanks. I'm thinking of Luffy. I'm thinking about also Law, because Law feels to me like I feel bad saying this, but Law also feels like a character that, although is very cool, although is a character that's really fucking, he's a fan favorite. I don't see Law as I see him as the captain, but not as the Pirate King, right? I think that Law, since he's super loyal to Luffy, I think that if he sees that Luffy deserves to be King of Pirates more than him, he's the kind of guy that's gonna say, you know what, Luffy? Fuck that, you deserve to be here. I think that Law is gonna be there. I think that Shanks is gonna be there, and at the very end, even though Luffy's gonna lose to Shanks, he's gonna prove that he's the rightful King of Pirates. And at the very end, Luffy is gonna be because you're not gonna tell me, bro. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that Luffy is a bad guy. Like, yeah, Luffy is basically like he's such a gentle soul, you know. So I do believe that he's not gonna fight. He's not gonna earn he's not gonna earn the King of Pirate title by having a victory against Shanks or against Law. I feel like he's gonna have the title because he deserves it. Because people they say, oh, he should be the Pirate King. And one of the things that strengthened my fury is that oh man, also another part. So you were saying that, oh, Shanks and Mihawks are on par, right? And yeah, I do agree with Shanks and Mihawk. You know what's crazy? I do think that it was supposed to be, okay, so in One Piece, we can say, oh, the old generation is basically Goldie Roger, fucking Rayleigh, fucking Garp. I do think the next generation isn't necessarily Luffy. I think that the generation before that, and that generation is Mihawk and Shanks, and I do think that it was supposed to be a fight against with Mihawk and Shanks. I do believe that Mihawk is kind of like Law. I do believe that Mihawk didn't have a Pirate King. He didn't have the desire to be a Pirate King. Even if you see him on this island, Mihawk doesn't even have a crew. He doesn't have a crew, and he's just chilling, right? He's just chilling on the island where he trains Zoro. So what I do think is that I think that Mihawk wanted Shanks to be a Pirate King, right? He saw Shanks being the Pirate King. I think that when Shanks lost his arm, every single hope of becoming Pirate King for Shanks ended there. And Mihawk was like, yo, if I cannot fight against my rival, which is basically Shanks,